Alright, what's up, people? This is Seth here, a business and spiritual consultant. Um, I'm gonna just clarify something. Okay, respect your inner G, bro. Respect your inner G. Alright, your inner gangster. Everybody has, not everybody, but some people have an inner gangster, man. Some worldly people, some people that are more connected to the earth, has an inner G. It's just you have. The thing is, everything is part of the world. Everything in the world is as it should be, right? Pirate, thieves, all of that. The law, all right. So you have an inner G, bro, and this is the reason why you can't just discard, gangsters like that. I know I'm repeating myself, but I just want to make something clear because there's some people that might want to take advantage of you, and you have to watch out for that, man. You got to be totally and completely confident in your own power, in your own strength, because these energies come from you. They don't come from somebody else. Those guys come from you. Those are your energies, bro. And there's a clear difference between like run of the bill, everyday gangster and your energies. Because your energies are going to protect you from those everyday run of the mill gangsters, they're going to be there for you. They're not, you can't talk to them. It's the same thing as an angel. When people see an angel and stuff like that, but they could be multiple. They could be 4 or 5 of them, right? So you might think angels don't walk the earth, but if you see 4 or 5 dudes all dressed in red and you didn't call them, you didn't ask for nothing for help and shit, they just appeared out of nowhere, they're helping your ass. Well, those are your NGs. And don't try to, connect with them and shit. Like, it's not gonna happen. They're just gonna disappear after the job is done. And anyway, you don't even have the feeling to talk to, because you already know what's going on. So anyway, I understand that it might be a little bit sad because this is YouTube, so a lot of people listen to this, right? I understand it might be a little bit sad for some G's that be like, well, I want to, blah 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 blah. Yeah, but you're not in that world. That's not your world. That's not your conception. It's not your tradition. It's not your lifestyle. It's not your whip life. You guys don't do that. That's not how you live. And this is the reason why I don't push people towards you, obviously, because you might fuck people over, and we're already very attacked. We're already very harassed, so we don't need you to add to the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need your bullshit on top of our bullshit that we're already living through, because y'all are dealing with like little petty things and neighborhood fights. We got CIA, FBI, Illuminati, military dudes dressing up as civilians just to fuck with you. This is the world we live in, bro. It's very fucking different. It's very, very fucking different, bro. It's not the same at all. So it's not a diss or something that's suspect, bro. And I'm not ashamed. You already know my story. I already said it like 300 times. I don't tolerate dudes trying to rape girls and shit, man. Like, that's not my thing, bro. Now I'm not saying I'm not perfect. I've been on many missions and I have failed some of those missions, bro. Like, I'm not a perfect guy, bro, and I'm not I'm not Captain America, unfortunately. But I've failed a couple missions. It's part of the job. I mean, that's my job. That's part of the job. Sometimes I'll make it, sometimes I don't. I just keep trucking, and that's pretty much what you got to do in life. But since that is annoying, that's annoying to some people, and they don't respect it, they don't like it. Like, some people don't understand that kind of life. They don't understand that. They don't understand having principles. They don't understand having morals. You know, so they don't. A lot of people don't care about that. I mean, like, just in my neighborhood, I just heard somebody laugh. But in this neighborhood, I did the same shit here too. You know, I mean, they're going to sleep, but a couple doors next, a couple houses down the road, there's some shit going on, and you don't know, and you're asleep, and I'm the one that took care of it, and you're sitting there laughing. You know, so it's kind of fucking crazy. I mean, like, the guy down the road, there's another guy behind the other street. I'm the one that's doing the job. They don't do the job. Regular people don't do that job because they have jobs, they have kids. You know, they might know, but they're too scared to do something because they don't. You know, they have kids. You know, so they can't really do anything about it. So anyway, it's not a diss, and there's no reason for you to get excited because you already know me. You know what I do. You know that's me. You know, you scared that I might call the police and stuff like that. Well, yeah, you can be scared of that. You should stop looking at me as a guy that might want to join into your things because you already know how I'm gonna react if you hurt a woman in front of me. So there's no point into you wanting to be part of my life like that, you know. And it goes the same thing for you guys too. I'm not the only one. There's a lot of good people out here that have a heart, you know, that don't like seeing people suffer, and they're gonna react the same way. So there's no point into me pushing people towards that kind of life because they're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna call the cops on you. They're gonna, you know, they might be strong as hell and beat your ass up, or you know, or somebody might die. You know, so what's the point into doing that? There's no point into doing that. That's just stupid. You know. So it is what it is. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say, because it's not an easy thing to explain. You know, it's not an easy thing to. Even though I did explain it a good amount of time, but it seems that people have amnesia, or you know, I don't know. It's just like they forget things really fast, bro. Like I don't know what's going on. So anyway, man. You know, and so watch out for that. And also, when you see the police is with you too. You have an inner police. I have an inner detective. I like watching detective noir movies, and like I got a trench coat and a hat. I got the whole thing, you know. Like I like detective movies. I like gumshoe movies and stuff like that. So I have this inner cop in me, right? And a lot of people might have inner cops in them, especially if you're not inclined into, like, you're intolerant to gangsters. You might have an inner cop, which means like you might see some cops and you're thinking, oh, I'm being targeted, there's some cops here, but those cops are probably with you. It happens a lot. Okay. Sorry, because there's somebody laughing really hard right now. Like she's crying laughing. Anyway, so you might have an inner cop in you. So when you see cops, yes, sometimes it's the targeted thing and they're trying to fuck with you, or they're trying to get people to stay far away from you. You wink, wink, gangsters, you know, because you might be a cool dude. And you know, some gangsters might want to chill with you and shit, but if they see cops around you all the time, it's not really fun. And girls, if you like girls, you know, if you're a guy and you like girls don't like cops. So if they see cops around you, girls are gonna be like, oh man, fuck that. I mean, like, you know, I don't want to get arrested for something or whatever, you know. So yeah, you could be targeted, but not all the time that you see cops. It means that that's a targeted. That could be a guardian angel dressed as a cop. That looks like a cop. It might be a real cop, but anyway, it's fucked up, right? You have a lot of power, and you have a lot of power. You have more power than you think. It's crazy shit. Life is fucked up. So you know, so you might have you might I don't know. You might have an energy. You might have an inner detective cop in you. it all depends on your imagination and your spirit. It all depends on the things that you eat up. You know, the books you read. I used to read a lot of Sherlock Holmes. Um, I did a video about Moriarty and the connection between your subconscious and Sherlock Holmes, as Moriarty being the king of evil, and every time he moves around, I erased the video, so I'm gonna explain it to you right now, just for you guys to understand the correlation. So Moriarty is Sherlock Holmes' greatest villain, right? But Moriarty is actually Sherlock Holmes, which is kind of crazy. Moriarty is the ego of Sherlock Holmes, because Sherlock Holmes is the best detective in the world. So the only person that can challenge him is himself. So Sherlock Holmes created this character named James Moriarty, who is actually the greatest villain in the world, and he's difficult to catch because he doesn't actually do any crimes. He just sits there in a restaurant, and if he lifts a cup of tea, there's a bunch of thievery. Like, there's $3 billion worth of money getting robbed from a bank just because he lifted up a cup of tea. It's really interesting. I really like the synergy between that. So I used to read that when I was a kid, you know. So that shit kind of formulates things in your mind when you read shit like that at a really young age, right? You know, and it still correlates with what I just said about you having the inner cop and you having the inner. Those are part of your egos. Sherlock Holmes created James Moriarty, just like you can create these entities, angels, shit. You can't even call it demons if you want to, that appear and they're actually with you and not against you. But sometimes, since you're panicking and you're in fear, you think like every time you see those guys, that's what it means. Like it's immediately targeted. You're targeted immediately. Like or these guys are bad guys, so they're targeting me. Not all the time. Most of the time, yes, but not all the time. So you have to know the difference. Anyways, that's why I'm a business and spiritual consultant, baby. I'll see you guys on the next one. My name is Seth. See you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out.